Welcome back to the High Speed Garage. Thanks for Contrast Printing and Riverson Radios for keeping this garage open. How you going, boys?
I'm good.
Good afternoon.
Got a new host today, do we?
Yeah, having a crack. So how was your weekends?
Oh, well, I went to the Hawkesbury show last Friday. It was pretty entertaining.
It goes all right.
Yeah, you went?
Yeah, saw a couple of stickers hanging around.
Yeah.
Saw a couple of photos of stickers that didn't come out later on.
I did happen to pump a few stickers around there. Did you go, Joel?
Nah, stuff for show. Too expensive for me.
Yeah, it's fucking way too expensive, eh?
Yeah, it's a good, easy place to open your wallet. Make it go upside down.
Especially when you take kids.
Yeah, from what you're telling me about the rides, it's like, fuck that.
Yeah, that's a joke. I said to my missus when we were walking through, we took the kids on the Dodgem cars and it was like $10 a Dodgem car, and I was like, fucking hell. And I said to the missus, I said, by the time our kids are teenagers and you just want to palm them off to the show for the night, you're going to have to send them with $500
each.
Yeah. They'd need $500 now, I reckon. The big rides there, they're like $30 a go.
I swear there was
$30 a go.
There was no lines.
No,
so
of
it's
course
clearly
it's not.
too expensive.
Yeah.
Like, drop the price and get the bloody lines up.
Yeah, not only that, it's like fucking $40 or something to get in the joint.
Yeah.
That's a fucking joke.
It's a bit steep. I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah.
Here's us complaining about the same complaints that our parents probably did back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're that extreme, but...
One thing that really, really got me, as we were kind of leaving, the kids were... You know, the one thing that's probably priced not too bad is the show bags.
I didn't even bother looking.
They're like $25-$30 a show bag. You know, some might be $35-$40, but you get okay shit in them. Like, I think the one that Toby got was like a Sonic the Hedgehog one, but it comes with like a backpack and shit in there and a pair of socks and shit.
Are they all left over from the Easter show?
I'd say most of it.
I thought that's what they come from.
Yeah, maybe. But the as we were walking out, the kids wanted to go on the clowns, you know, where you put the ball in the mouth. And yeah, well, I didn't pick up on it. My sister-in-law picked up on it. They give you 5 balls to stick down the mouth, and the highest number you can hit is a 6. So you get 5 6s, that's only 30. Mm. So they've obviously got ranges of prizes that you can win. From 0 points to 50 points, which is pretty much if you just rock up, you get a prize, you get from this basket. But then from 51 to 100 is this prize basket. But you can't get 51. Your maximum thing is fucking 30.
Yeah, so you can either get a prize or you just keep pumping money into
Have
it
another go,
and just keep on getting points. It's just a way of spending more money.
Yeah, so you've got to nail it twice.
Yeah.
To get just to the next level of prize, which is just some shitty soft toy.
If you were looking for a scam, that is the easiest scam.
Fucking oath, that's a scam.
Yeah, everyone thinks carnies are poor, but I bet they're fucking not.
That's more.
There were some pretty good looking prime movers in that yard, man.
That's more of a scam than bloody using the non-regulation basketball hoops for the fucking basketball front. At least the ball still fits through there.
It's bad, but it's the same scam that's been going on for how many years?
Yeah.
It's just get way too out of control with pricing.
Yeah, it's going to start to get worse for me. I'm pretty lucky at the moment because the kids are short and can't get on any rides. Alira conned away onto one, the roller coaster thingy. She went on that. She was maybe right on the line to, like, you know, the little sign they have at the front.
Yeah.
So anyway, she went on that, and then while she was on that, I took Toby to just have a little wander around, and he found these big slingshots. They're like, you know how you have the little air rifles and you shoot the ducks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but they've just got like a big slingshot on the bench and you just throw this little beanbag thing up and pull back.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I want to go on that, Dad. I want to go on that. And I said, mate, you won't even be able to pull that back. He goes, I can. I said, no, you can't. He said, I can. So we walked over. I said, here you go, mate. So if you can pull that back, I'll let you have a go. And the Sheila goes, here, does he want to practice go? I said, oh, yeah, here we go. Give us a little beanbag. She stuck it in. He's pulled it back and gone whack and knocked one straight over. And I was like, shit.
Looks like you're having a turn.
All right. So I thought I'll just get in the minimum, 2 shots, $10 for 2 shots.
What a joke.
Anyway, she give him 3 because he was only little. And he's put it in, pulled it back, bang, knocked one over. Did it again, bang, knocked another one over. Knocked fucking 3 over straight up. And I was like, fucking hell. And all he won was some stupid little plastic propeller wheel that had like a shaft up the middle that like a spiral.
Yeah.
So you just turn it upside down and the thing just spins and falls off.
The ball bearing goes up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Like the shittiest prize ever.
Yeah, it's 50 cents worth of toy.
Yeah.
And you've just spent $15.
Yeah, they're probably not even 50 cents worth of toy. They're probably buying by the thousand. They're probably worth fucking 1 cent.
Yeah.
A lot of the show bags that I saw were like, they were just chocolate buck full of chocolates you can go and buy in the shop anyway. It just comes in a Birdie Beagle fucking show bag.
Yeah, I didn't get too into looking at them. It was more the missus' job, but I was sort of just standing back. And I seen this one show bag, and I thought, obviously there's choices to be made with that show bag, but it's called like the greatest show bag on earth or something.
Yep.
And it's got like the picture on the wall with all the shit that can go in. Obviously, you get choices. You don't get fucking all of that because it'd be
sick if you got
it's
everything. It'd be worth it.
It's a $39 show bag, and they had fucking headphones for your computer, a keyboard for your gaming computer, a fucking Bluetooth speaker, fucking a massage gun, you know, those little ball things. Yeah, had one of them in it.
What,
and I was
what,
like,
what noise they make?
You know. Yeah, so anyway, obviously, I would have thought one of those things would be worth the $40. There was heaps of other shit as well, but that was all sort of standard-ish stuff. But yeah, it had all these prizes down the bottom, and they were all in the thing. And I seen a kid ask, "Oh, how do I get one of them?" She goes, "Oh, well, it's in this show bag. You buy this show bag, you can have that." I had a remote control car. That was another choice. Like there was two different remote control cars you could have. I was like, bloody hell, that's worth $40. I nearly bought one just to see what they'd tell me.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
But I didn't.
Yeah, that bag
spent a few hundred.
I think the show bags, like even I haven't been to the Easter show or the Hawkesbury, but I remember the Newcastle show. They used to have half decent stuff like show bags, never sort of skimped for the price.
For the price of a show. Well, the show bag's like the same price as going on a ride, and you're getting a bag full of shit.
Yeah,
you've got something to go home with.
Yeah, like some of the cheaper ones would be, you know, just shit, plastic shit that you're gonna fucking throw in the bin. But some of them are like, there's a Nerf show bag. It comes with Nerf guns and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not cheap just to buy in the shop, really.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're not overly priced. The show bags. That's one good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that on fucking Friday. That was all a bit of fun, and then Saturday we went to the Speedway.
Yeah, that was a good night. That.
Yeah, had sprint cars, the midgets. It was a midget 50 lapper, or the speed car 50 lapper, I should say. Midgets are probably not the correct term. And the fender benders. But yeah, we'll get into that a bit later in the motorsport part. And then Sunday was Mother's Day.
You finally went shopping?
Well, I did. I managed to sneak out Friday Arvo and took the kids. I just give them $50 each, and we wandered around the Richmond shops. I said, "You just pick what you want.
Go have fun."
This is the first time that I've had to like intervene a little bit because Alira wanted to buy Mel like these bright pink legging things, and I was like, "She's not going to wear them, doll.
Yeah,
that's not Mum. Mum doesn't wear that." So I did that Friday, and then Mother's Day was all day Sunday. Went to Dargle, watched a little bit of the V8s on the TV. Not much. It was just sort of on in the background.
And then nice.
Yeah, went to work this week. I had a fucking weird job early in the week. It was I did some work in this bathroom, and have a guess what sort of floor it had.
Cork.
Floating floorboards.
It had fucking carpet.
In the bathroom.
What a
Carpet
joke.
in the floor of the fucking bathroom.
No,
proper carpet, not like marine carpet.
It was marine carpet. Yeah, right. Under the marine carpet was tiles, and they'd used like a shitload of blacks because I was going to rip it out because I can't really mask up the floor to paint the walls because masking tape doesn't stick to carpet that well. So I was going to pull it out, but it's all been Sikaflex to the fucking floor with black Sikaflex. I was like, just got to deal with this one.
Yeah, they better off with a sheet.
I've got no idea how it doesn't fucking stink in the bathroom.
Maybe they've got a proper wet vac in there for going in there with it.
Yeah. Marine carpet probably doesn't soak it up, but either.
Well, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to soak.
Oh, no
fucking
drain?
No, it's not going down a fucking drain.
I have no cut hole for
No,
drain.
well, can it soak through the marine carpet?
No,
probably
I thought
it's
marine-
got a backing on it.
Yeah, so it ain't soaking through.
I
No.
thought marine carpet was.
If it soaked
concealed.
through, then yeah, maybe it might go down the drain. But
Yeah, I thought they might have had a hole cut.
no, no drain. And
Right.
the
Wet
I wouldn't
vacuum.
have been able to get it out anyway because the vanity had been put over the top of it.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
So yeah.
It was installed.
That's
it wasn't
fir-
just sitting in there.
I've painted a lot of bathrooms, and that's the first time I've seen one with fucking carpet in there.
Yeah, I don't see the benefit.
And the
of that.
floor would have been getting wet because it wasn't like they didn't have like a little shower recess.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a bath shower.
Oh,
with
yeah, the
a
curtain.
curtain,
Yeah.
like not even a glass door or anything. So there would have been water going
Yeah,
out
100%.
fucking flat out. Anyway.
Yeah, it's
that-
a lot of moisture to go nowhere. At least with the tile
Yeah.
floor, the water sits there for a little bit.
Yeah, they
It
must
just
just
dries out.
leave windows and shit open constantly. They'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to.
When I pulled my plastic up, like because I covered the floor with plastic, it was like steamed under there. Like you
Yeah.
could see the moisture on the plastic when I was
Oh, yeah.
peeling it up. Yeah. So the carpet was wet.
Yeah.
It didn't feel wet to touch, but obviously it had water in it because it was steamed.
Yeah, I don't think
under the
marine
plastic.
carpet really feels wet regardless.
Yeah,
Apart from when you're definitely hosing it. But
yeah, I suppose that's probably the point of it, isn't it?
Mm.
Anyway, that was
Yeah.
my week. I watched
Yeah.
the MotoGP yesterday too in France. That was a pretty sick race, entertaining.
Right.
talk about it a bit
get
later
into,
anyway.
Yeah, get into that when we get into motorsport.
What did you do, Aiden?
Well, I got Saturday off, which is pretty rare. I enjoyed that, but unfortunately, half of Saturday was spent putting a stereo in a missus' car. We decided to put a bloody what do they call it?
Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And come with a plug and play unit, so I thought, I'll handle that. Went to plug it in, none of the loom would suit. Ended up taking it to the car audio bloke in McGrath Hill in-car. What takes normally like half an hour, on this one took 4 hours because every single wire had to get found. Like he didn't have.
You can
Oh,
buy
yeah.
the
Any-
links.
Yep, you can. If we'd used it, it would have fried the stereo. The power and the earth were opposite, and the bloody speakers were all opposite, and all that sort of stuff. All the wiring looms that were available, like the wiring diagrams that were available, were all completely weird. He reckons maybe it was like a Series 2 wiring loom into a Series 1 car or something like that. It was like at the end of one series, just before the new series.
Yeah,
So you bought the wrong radio, in other words.
No, the car was the problem. The stereo was fine. So you can't get a wiring loom to suit that car.
yeah, right.
You can get
Ah,
one to
right.
suit Series 1 and Series 2, but the 1.5 or whatever you'd call it, they just didn't send a wiring loom out for it and didn't send out any information to suit it. So he's like, this sucks. And even like trying to find the wires for the your steering wheel controls.
Oh yeah,
The steering wheel controls come up to the stereo with 2 wires. Think of it as positive and negative. Polarity has to be right, and it sends up like resistance.
Yep.
You have to find them, and it won't zap or anything like that. But when you're trying to find that information, you've got to wire it into the stereo, see if they work, and if they don't, then you've got to find another 2 wires. You can't just go, I found one wire, then I've got to find the other wire.
Yeah, right.
None of that works.
Yeah, you can have that. She could just not have Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
When it didn't work the first time, I
Yeah.
would have binned it.
Yeah. I'll sell that.
No, I was pretty keen on getting it done. But anyway,
Apple CarPlay is a good thing though. Fucking
Yeah.
Oh, it's
when
brilliant.
I bought my car, I got it. I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick. I
Yeah.
use it all the time now, because I just plug my phone in just out of habit now in the car. And even if I'm going to somewhere where I know where I'm going, even if I'm heading to like mum and dad's or out to Dargle, I know exactly where I'm going, but I just tell it.
Yep.
Talk to it on the fucking steering wheel and say, take me to fucking Dargle water ski park, and
'Cause-
fucking bam.
your cars also have Android Auto, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They all do. Well, that's the same.
As long as it's got
Same
Apple,
system.
it's got
Yeah.
Android.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when we drove down to Yarrawonga in Joel's car, it was mint. Oh,
Yeah.
this is sick. Yeah, you got to have it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been happening like when I was a mechanic in Kia. Like,
Oh, yeah. It's been around for
a
years.
long time.
Yeah, it's
But it's
mad.
gotten
I'm
10
surprised it
times
didn't
better
come-
than what it used to be.
I was surprised it didn't come in my missus' car factory, but it was
Yeah.
2013, so it was probably 14 or 15 that it had come out.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was pretty close to when it would have come out. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
I
Mr. Car's a
suppose.
12
Yeah.
and it doesn't have it in it, so.
Yeah, well, if it had it, I wouldn't have changed the unit. I would have just stayed
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
thing.
It would have been about 14, 15, I reckon, it come out in Kias.
The other good part is too, like, not just directions where you're going, it's your phone.
Everything's
you
on
can-
the screen.
It's all there.
You can press your button on the steering wheel and fucking tell it to play bloody
Yep.
AC/DC on Spotify and fucking bam, starts playing.
Just
for you.
opens it all
Yeah.
up.
Read your text message out,
Yeah,
send
yeah.
you.
You can send
Which
text.
can be bad if depending on
Who's
who's
in
sending
in
the
car.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can type text with it as well. Like you speak to it and it'll send it.
Yeah, my
it's-
missus all of a sudden, she didn't know how good it was. All of a sudden, she's like, "This is sick."
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, so yeah, that was my
So
Saturday.
how much did that cost you?
1,200.
Fuck.
No, I mean to get it put in.
Oh, shit, I can't remember. It was all a package.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you bought your head unit from there as well.
Yeah, I think the head unit was 1,200.
Fucking hell, that's expensive.
No,
I suppose we
it
used to
is
buy.
what it is.
We
But it
used to
comes
buy
with
CD
a-
players for 600.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But it all like it's a 9-inch screen, and it comes with the surround for the stereo. and
Yeah.
all the other shit. So it's like a
yeah, so it
complete-
looks like it's
Factory.
yeah,
type deal.
complete plug-in
Yeah.
unit.
not like our old $600
No.
CD players that are just half hanging out and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we used to wire them in ourselves. Just cut the positive,
man,
negative,
I've done
Yeah.
all of that.
speaker wires, and away you go.
I've done all of that, but this had heaps of shit hanging off it, like all the steering wheel controls and
I remember back in the day when you had your old Falcon Ute, Michael.
Yeah,
And we were so excited you got the CD player, trying to change it, and it just didn't work.
yeah,
London, before we even got home.
yeah.
and I've done. A heap
We
of
actually
wiring
drove
in-
to Bunnings and got
wiring.
tools
Yeah.
to change it on the way home. Couldn't wait till we got home. And then because the Falcons have those
Button
the
releases.
stereos where you got like the two holes
Yep.
in the side. You need like the
It
special
was an
tool
AU,
to go.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the one that you had all the purple.
Yeah,
scribbled down the
that
side.
one, yeah.
That was sick.
They were nice fucking
That was an
speakers.
apprentice
and
kit,
that.
wasn't it? That was an apprentice job, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You did that through your apprenticeship.
yeah. I was second year or something. I
Man,
think.
that was a very memorable ute. I'd always
Yeah.
seen that, and I was like, I knew exactly whose it was.
Yeah, I thought that was cool until you get pulled over by the cops and they remember that fucking purple shit up the side. I learnt now. That's why you don't have personalised number plates either.
Yeah, just
You just have a plain old coloured car that blends in with the rest of them.
yeah, blend in with the crowd. Anyway, so we did Mother's Day and looked after the boss lady and took the Hawkesbury show. The kids thought it was a mad idea to do the petting all the animals and shit.
Yeah.
And then we went into the feeding area.
Yep.
And the goats and the sheep and shit like that. And the animals, like these goats, are innocent as hell. But these kids of mine shit themselves when they come up without food in their hand.
Yeah.
The animals just come up and they're like just trying to find it. They're not even touching the girls. And they are shitting themselves. They've been around farms their whole life.
Yeah,
Their freaking uncle owns a farm.
Yeah.
As soon as they're at head height,
Not that
that's when
close and
they
personal.
My
Yeah.
kids love that as well. Like I couldn't get Alira to feed the donkey or the deer. They were all too big for it, but Toby was into it. He's just jamming his hand through the fence here, feed that. But them goats, I said one there was getting a little bit aggressive and he's ramming the other ones.
that's when they look at it and they're like, "Oh, I'm not like keen on that."
A few people there were wanting to fucking give it a boot because it was the only one being a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
They get to a certain age, I think, start doing that, and then they just
Yeah,
that's when
rid
they
of them.
stop doing the pet
Yeah.
and zoo with them.
but they'd be so soft in there, like not because they'd be full. They'd be full the whole fucking
Oh
time.
yeah,
That's
But
what
they
I thought they wouldn't be
Yeah.
constant.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all the
Looking
hay and
for
shit
it.
they put on the ground, they'd normally eat that. But because they've got this really good food that all the kids are giving us,
Yeah.
fuck the hay, I'm not eating that.
It'd only be straw on the ground. It wouldn't be the hay, but would it?
Oh, might just be straw. But
Yeah.
they would eat it.
No, they wouldn't eat it. No, they don't even eat all the hay and that. They just eat loose in the other hay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would have thought they would eat some of the shit off the fucking ground, but yeah.
yeah, no, not when they've got all that.
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
around.
Nice green cup full of shit.
They wouldn't need to feed them at night.
No, they wouldn't need to
They
feed
would
them their
leave
whole
them.
fucking life.
Yeah. After all the kids leave and they close up, they're not going to get hungry, but if they got hungry, they'd just go and pick up all the shit they'd fall thrown on the ground.
Cheap way to feed your animal. Someone else is paying for it.
Exactly right.
How many kids do you see put the cup near the nose and then go, oh shit, I can't get it out?
Yeah, it's all everywhere.
Tip the cup out.
The videos in the cars are the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cows sticking their head through the window.
Ostriches and shit.
So my Hawkesbury show was the same sort of thing as yours. I got to see the pig racing.
I missed that because we were there at night.
Yeah, no, the pig racing was good fun.
Yeah, did you bet on one or anything?
Yeah, we got 2 numbers off.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty cool watching that. I got to see the motocross show and the stadium truck jumping and shit.
Yeah, see, I didn't see any of that. That would have been a night thing.
Yeah, that was all right.
They had all the horse jumping and shit like that. I had no interest in that.
Yeah, all the gay family stuff.
Yeah, the family stuff, yeah.
The dog show. And
yep. Oh, dogs on the way in. Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
People are dressed in their get-up to do that, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
There was some flash people dressed, and there was some flash dogs dressed. And
like show dogs.
Yeah.
Full
oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Little poodles and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
not just poodles, every kind.
There was these shitty-looking whippets jumping around. And
yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, there was a fair bit going on in there.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, yeah, we had a fat time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, well, I finally had a full weekend at home, so I did absolutely nothing apart from go to the Speedway.
Oh, so you didn't get the fucking bar finished?
Didn't do nothing to the bar. I literally...
You was complaining last week that all you needed was time.
I recouped
and now you
myself.
had time.
No, I needed a weekend to recharge, I think.
Don't blame you.
Been going too hard for too long.
I need a recharge. I don't think I'm ever going to get it though.
So, yeah, that was all I did. No sprint cars, and then I literally laid on the lounge all day on Sunday.
Did you watch Supercars on the weekend?
No, I haven't got KO or nothing like that, so probably should invest into something like that.
Tied up.
Seems we're doing this.
Now, at least when you get like KO or Foxtel, you can get Fox F1 and the Supercars.
Yeah, I used to have it, and then when Stan took Indy.
Yep.
I went,
yeah,
I'm not having both, and
yeah, I was dirty on that.
Yeah, but if they had Indy on there, you definitely would have it because it's at least you get to watch heaps. Supercars, you're watching it. Lucky for you to watch it once a month.
Yeah, there's bugger all going on.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. That's all you're gonna.
Yeah, no, I ended up stirring my brother up to get another month of Stan so I can watch Indy 500.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of shit goes on in there. Like, they've got qualifying one weekend and then they're racing the next weekend.
Yeah.
Like, there's... Like,
yeah,
the
that's
month
a full-on
of May is
event.
massive over there.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Riverstone Radiators and Fabrication in Walker Street, South Windsor, specialising in automotive plant and transport cooling solutions. They can repair copper, brass and alloy radiators and intercoolers. Contact the office on 02 9627 4657. Local pickup and delivery service available to trade customers.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into sport with our new intro. Here we go. See, it's like this.
Meh, fucking meow. Oh, that's an There'll be some people listening that probably remember that.
Yeah.
It's a bit old, bit nostalgic, but it's fucking funny.
That's a good one. All right, Aiden, how'd the supercars go?
Well, so I watched a bit of it. Didn't watch a lot of it. I usually watch practice and qualifying while work's on, but I had a fair bit on Friday afternoon getting out of work, so I stayed out of that. But watched a bit of the racing on Saturday and Sunday. On race 11 was Saturday morning. Feeney got the chocolates in the end, but it was bloody awesome racing with Tommy Randall, Bryce Fullwood come up the back. I reckon that was pretty cool to watch. Bryce and Tommy punching out through the through the field out to the front.
Yeah.
On Saturday afternoon, they had Brock Feeney got the win. Nick Percat. Now, the commentators either don't really take notice of where they are in the field or what, but friggin' Nick Percat was racing with, I think it was racing with Brock Feeney or Cam Waters, and they were calling him a friggin' backmarker.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
It was on the podium. I think it might have just been it might have just been bullshit from that dickhead. But anyway, I didn't say that. So Cam Waters, he come alright. He was in third, but I'm sort of more interested in Macaulay Jones and Jackson Evans. Like Macaulay is clearly racing for his job. On Friday afternoon, Toyota announced that BJR is turning over to Toyota next year.
Oh yeah.
So that means Toyota's going to have 6 cars on the track.
Who's the other Toyota team?
Walkinshaw.
Walkinshaw, that's right.
So Walkinshaw's a
They're a
homologation
homologation team.
Yeah.
Which realistically you wouldn't want, apart from Triple Eight. Walkinshaw are the other team you want.
Yeah.
They're still in Dreddy?
Yep, Walkinshaw and Andretti United.
Yeah, so they've still got a good money back
Oh,
on.
man, there is a lot of dollars behind them. But Macaulay Jones and Jackson Evans racing for their job. And as I said...
That's Macaulay's best ever result too.
Yeah. What's his name? Bryce Fullwood coming 14th, but he was all right in the first race. Heimgartner went nowhere. Like, usually he's like the number one, and he was in 15th in race 2. Like, it was really strange.
I did see a video. They struggled all weekend with his car, Brad said.
There was something going on. But
they got it on Sunday, I think.
it was good. Look, it was good to see the other BJR cars up the front, but I just wonder whether they had a big stick up their ass because they've got a fair bit of working to do. I reckon Toyota's going to try and chuck a couple of Toyota drivers into BJR. I reckon Brad Jones is going to have to work out who's going to be in the second car. I'd say obviously Andre Heimgartner will still keep one of the seats. The other 3, I reckon, are up for offer. Jackson Evans, he's got backing by SCT. But what's stopping them from getting some more Toyota money to put a Toyota driver?
Depends how much money they're putting into sponsorship, really.
Well, yeah, that's right.
That's what it comes down
Brad
to.
Jones doesn't move mountains for bloody $50. He'd clearly getting a lot of money.
Oh, 100%. That's what I mean. If those drivers are still pulling in big sponsorship, you're not going to get rid of them.
Oh, but we can see...
I don't think Toyota's going to pour money into them. They're pouring money into Walkinshaw.
I was going to say, not if it's the...
No, they'd be putting money in there because, see, Walkinshaw's got Chaz Mostert and Ryan Wood in their cars. They're not going to move. Like, they're going to...
Yeah.
They're going to keep them. So the Toyota development drivers, say Toyota 86, that's a big feeder. They're rear-wheel drive cars racing on the supercar scene.
Yeah, but they haven't got the sponsorship
We heard
backing that these supercar guys have got.
Oh, well,
like as in drivers.
Yeah, Fullwood's clearly struggling.
I'm not sure if we had it on record, but just while we're on Chaz Mostert, we found out how much the chemical guy's sponsorship on his helmet was costing. I don't know whether that was on record. You might hear that if it comes out
yes, I don't remember now.
in the episode.
I reckon it was on record
last week. It might have been on record. It might not have been. But
yeah, I don't want to say no.
That's probably a good segue into saying, hope you liked that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you liked the interview with Rolf Wilson.
Yeah, no, it was really good to meet Rolf.
Yeah.
He's going to Adelaide.
I heard that. Don't know if we're going to.
No, I'm not.
I can't get there.
Reese tried to get me, but I'm not going.
I will if someone pays me way, but...
Oh, shit, wouldn't that be good? We're media. Maybe they want to pay media to come down there.
I doubt it.
Anyway, so that was my thoughts. I reckon Toyota's going to want to try and put a couple of their drivers in.
Yeah, maybe.
And I reckon maybe SCT wants to just run their own show and keep Jackson in that seat. That's possible, but Macaulay Jones and Bryce Fullwood's seat, I reckon they're definitely both.
The only one I'd see getting out of that is Fullwood losing his driver.
Yeah, but it depends.
Macaulay
on how
Jones
much
must
cash
has
is
got to-
getting thrown around.
Macaulay Jones has got to be bringing in too much money for him to still have a drive, being how shitty he is.
Yeah, but his old man's the boss man.
That's what I mean. He's still bringing in
he's-
plenty of money.
That's if he's getting a drive just because that's his old man, that's a whole car there that's not bringing in money.
He's obviously bringing in heaps of money.
Maybe he's good at getting the sponsorship.
Well, yeah,
Hopefully-
he's got to be
hopefully
doing
it's-
something with
it's
Coke
either him
at
or-
one point.
Yeah,
And now Pizza Hut's full all over the car, so
I hope. Hey, I hope he's earning his way. Anyway, so Sunday, I reckon that was a pretty good race. Matty Payne, he qualified like 11th, like P nowhere, but with an awesome strategy. I saw like just after the start of the race or something. Matty Payne went into the pits, and I thought there must have been a problem. But he's gone to the pits to do an early pit stop, and then a little bit later, sort of around the first pit stops, or so maybe midway through between the first and the second pit stops, he's pulled in, done his second pit stop, and did about 45 laps or something like that on his last set of tyres. Just stayed out and just stayed consistent. They call him the tyre whisperer because he's bloody good on looking after the tyres. Pulled it out, kept in front of Feeney. Feeney was chasing him down for the last few laps. Just couldn't pass him on that last lap. Tried to get around him on the hairpin, and then Matty Payne just didn't give him enough room going around the pit corner.
It was a good corner, though. I did see that.
Yeah, and then drag race down the pit straight.
I think Brock tried to do what Waters did to him.
Yeah, it just didn't work for him.
No.
I don't think the straight was long enough.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah, if the straight was long enough, I reckon
Oh, he would have had him for
Feeney
sure.
would have got him. Yeah, because like before that first dogleg corner, he was in front. So yeah, like it would have been good if it was a longer straight for him. But look, I was happy to see Matty Payne win. Will Brown come in third. Bit of a shit fight on Sunday morning. DJR got picked up for their. It was either Saturday night or Sunday morning. DJR got picked up. The front bars they reckon
Wear plate or something on the bottom of the front bars.
They reckon they'd been bloody cleaning him up, reusing second-hand front bars, and the front there's like wear blocks on the front bar, and they'd been pulled off too much.
They reckon they could see machining marks on them.
Well, who gives a shit?
That's the story I read.
What the friggin' hell is that going to do for performance?
Is it just a wear block?
Yeah.
Basically, but they reckon if what's machined off it, you can lower the car so it makes the car better. That was their supercar's excuse.
Oh, yeah.
So the aero makes the aero better.
Yeah, it was so minuscule.
Yeah.
It was so minuscule that it was.
But they reckon they could see the the CNC marks on it.
Yeah, possible.
It wasn't a ground scrub. But that's what supercars said. But
Obviously, they're not very good at cheating, are they?
no.
If you can see the CNC marks, you should have polished it.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, I think that it just stinks. Like, especially they'll pay nowhere anyway. I don't even think they're in the top 10 on.
Nah.
So Saturday afternoon, this is race 12. Kostecki was in 12th, and Davison was in 21st, and they pulled.
So they
back.
get disqualified out of the first race then.
Kostecki pulled 8th, and that doesn't say anything there. And Davison, you got to scroll down, 21st again. Like,
Yeah.
Davo had a shit weekend.
0 points beside their name.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. So they got disqualified out of. Yep, that's what it is. They got disqualified out of the first race,
Yeah.
but it was pulled up. I reckon. It was
That's why I
pulled
thought
up
I sent it Friday
Saturday
night.
afternoon. You reckon you saw it Friday night?
Yeah.
I still reckon it was Saturday afternoon. Anyway, whatever it was, they pulled them up after the race had finished, and I think it just stinks. Anyway, that's my TED talk on stupid supercars rules. Anyway.
Yeah, right. How's the GP going, Michael?
Oh, the MotoGP. It was an entertaining race. I'll start from the sprint race. I didn't get too much into the pre stuff because I only watched it last night. But I was pretty surprised because I just fast forward through to the formation lap, and I was pretty surprised to see Quartararo on pole. I wasn't really expecting that on the Yamaha, but I think I don't know for sure, but I think Yamaha have been testing a new engine, which is supposed to be to try and narrow the bike up so they can get better aero on the straights. So I think, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they were using like a 4-cylinder engine, like an inline 4, which is obviously 4 cylinders wide, and they've changed it to a V4. So now it's only 2 cylinders wide, so they can narrow the fairings and stuff up on the bike to get it better aero for the straight. So maybe I've heard rumours that they've been testing that recently, so maybe they've swapped to that engine now, and the bikes are performing a little bit better. But yeah, he started on pole and he got a good start, and he gapped Marquez at the start, and I was like, oh shit, he's going to run away with this. But he got to about half distance in the sprint, and they started pulling him back in, and then they passed him, and he ended up fourth. Bagnaia crashed out really early, lap 1 or lap 2. I think it was lap 2, and so he got no points from that, which sucks for his championship defence. Miller started in 11th. He finished 11th, but he started in 8th, and he's on an Aprilia. And I've read something today about Jorge Martin, the last year's world champion. He's looking to try and get out of Aprilia. He's done like one race for the team because he's
trying to run the other way.
He missed the start of the season because he broke his hand in testing. So he missed the start of the season. So he's done like one race on an Aprilia, and he already wants to get out. So that's not a very good bloody thing. Yeah, so Marc Marquez ended up winning. His brother comes second. So they've had six sprint races this year. And Mark's won all 6, and his brother's finished second in all 6.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Third place has changed a fair bit over the thing. Alex's teammate, Aldeguer, run third. He also, after the race had finished, he was excited because I think it was his first podium. He'd wasn't really paying attention, and Marquez went to go off the track, not where he was supposed to go, but he went to go off the track, and then he followed him, and then Marquez went, oh shit, I'm not meant to be here, and sort of got on the brakes, and then old mate ran to the back of him, and then dropped the bike. It was pretty funny. They were laughing about it, so they thought it was all funny.
20 grand damage, but
yeah, no, it wouldn't have been that much. He just dropped it. It wasn't fast or anything. And I just wanted to mention Pedro Acosta as well. He ended up running 5th, but he just had arm pump surgery, so he's riding around with like just had surgery on his arms, and he ends up running 5th. He actually did pretty good in the race as well. I can't remember exactly, but I think he might have got 5th in the race. Might have even been 4th actually. 4th in the race in the actual GP. So he's doing all right for just coming out of surgery. The best thing about the race was it was kind of similar to the one we did the other week, the one I told you about the other week, where it was sort of dry but started wet and all that sort of stuff. And there's
when they run off to change the tyres. Yeah.
It was sort of similar, but because they declared it to be a quick start. So normally you'd go and do like your siding lap, and then you'd park your bikes, and then all your team would come out on the grid and just, stand there and fuck around, and they'd have umbrella shielders and whatever else, and then they'd pack all that shit up, and then you'd go do your warm-up lap and then start the race. Well, because they declared it a quick start, you just do your siding lap, come and stand there on the grid, then go do your warm-up lap, and then you start straight away. So what happened on the siding lap, obviously pretty much everyone started on dry tyres. I think there's one guy, everyone started on wet tyres or left the garage on wet tyres. There was one guy, Ben Secchi, I think, he started on slicks. So anyway, they've gone out for their sighting lap, and there's probably, 10, 12 bikes that come into the pits at the end of the sighting lap to swap bikes to go back to a dry tyre.
Yep.
So there's still some of them went to the grid for the warm-up lap. So they start the warm-up lap from pit lane, and go around and do their warm-up lap, but then they still get to start on the grid in their original position, but they get 2 long lap penalties that they've got to serve during the race, which if you know the track's pretty dry and everyone else is on wet tyres, 2 long laps is bugger all when you've got a slick tyre and it's dry.
The bloke that started on the slicks would be pissed, wouldn't he?
No, he'd be stoked.
He started on slicks and everyone copied him. He's thinking that
but he doesn't have to.
He doesn't get any penalty for it.
Yeah, I know, but he was thinking, oh, well, they're all going to have to go and stop during the race, where all they've got is just the 2 long laps.
Well, it turned out even better than that because they all changed, and then a couple of people even come in and swap bikes to a dry tyre, and then it started raining again.
So
they've served 2 long laps, and then they're still coming into the pits to swap back to wet tyres. And Miller was on target for the win because he was still on the wet tyre. So he started on the wet tyre, rode through the dry on the wet tyre, and then it's raining, and he was in the box seat, and then he fucking crashed straight away before everyone had even switched back to the wet tyres. He just crashed.
He warmed the tyre out in the dryer.
Is there?
No, he didn't. No, it was bugger all. Like it was only I don't know 7 laps in or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he just... Yeah,
is there a reason why he keeps on dropping him? Is it the bikes that he's on aren't suitable for him or what?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, don't know. It
I'd
can't be that
because
because you can still ride a bike to its potential.
I'd love to see him win, but all I hear is him... I'm not putting shit on him, but I'm clearly there's a problem, but I hear a lot of him dropping the bike a bit. But
yeah, well,
is that what he does, or...
not really. Just
you only get the news.
It's just not fast, which is hard. It's hard when you're riding something that's not a Ducati. Like Ducati have got a massive stronghold on everything there. Well, actually, in the French Grand Prix, the one that I just watched, they were trying to break the winning streak for a manufacturer. So they'd won 22 GPs in a row, and they'd equaled Honda's record, which was 22, and they were trying to beat it, and they come up short because after Miller fell off, there was one other guy that also started on wets and had wets and didn't have to do anything, and ironically he's a French guy winning at the French GP, which hasn't been done for 70 something years. A French guy winning the French GP, so
it sucks for them, but it's mad for that.
Oh, the crowd was fucking all over it. They loved it. All the other riders were loving it too. That he was winning, and yeah, he's only. I wouldn't say he's new to the sport. He's won a GP before, but he's won 2 Moto2 World Championships, so he's not a shit rider by any means. Yeah, and he got when it all settled down and everyone got in their rhythm of racing, and they're all on their wet tyres, and it's raining and whatever. Mark Marquez is in second, and Zarco was 8 seconds up the road, and he just started pulling away from Marquez. Marquez at the interview afterwards said he pushed hard for 2 laps and realised that gap wasn't closing. He was pushing as hard as he could, and that gap wasn't closing. So he went, you know what? I don't need to bin it here.
Yeah.
I'll just manage third place so he doesn't come past me, which was his brother. And then his brother crashed towards the end twice. He had one big one and busted the bike, and then another one he just pulled the brakes a little hard and just washed the front straight out and crashed, and he crashed out too. So Bagnaia crashed out early in that one as well, I think. And at the start, the very first corner, the guy that won Zarco ended up in the dirt because they crashed on the inside of him.
Chaotic start.
Yeah, they crashed on the inside of him, and he's just gone straight through the dirt. So yeah, it was a mad race to watch. So
fair bit going on.
Yeah, that's MotoGP for the week.
Good bit of entertainment then for the other than the boring races that they've added.
Yeah, the boring ones where they just get set in their way, and yeah, Marquez has got a big lead on the championship now because his 2 main rivals sort of fell off, so that cost them a bit, but looking good for him. Yeah, sweet. He's had 2 crashes like this year as well, where he scored no points. So I think he's starting to understand that I need to stay on the bike,
ride smart.
Yeah,
right. Well, we'll get into some sprint cars that from Eastern Creek. What was it called? The 50 lapper championship or something.
50 lappers for the midgets or the speed cars.
Speed cars.
Yeah. I like watching the 50 lappers. I went and watched one at Parramatta, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like watching the midgets too. Yeah, we went a little while ago.
Last year sometime?
I think it might have been. That was the Australian Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must definitely last year. It definitely wasn't this year.
Yeah, it was definitely last year.
Before they revamped the track.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're pretty cool.
Had in the second heat. The what was the name? Crashed.
Zoe.
Go down.
I've got heat 3 here.
No, go
4. It'll be 4 then.
Yeah, Zoe.
Zoe there.
Zoe Pierce. Yeah,
she got tangled up on the back straight, and then lost it, and then clipped the wall, and then spun around, and she did some violent rolls.
Yeah.
So this is not the one where they took out the fence.
No. This is a midget. That was a sprint car that took out the fence.
Oh, radio. Holy shit. There was some stacks.
Oh, there's heaps of stacks.
Yeah,
but that was huge.
So there's another guy that rolled at the same time as Zoe. I
Just
thought,
on his own, didn't clip nothing either.
Yeah, I think it was another car. I think he clipped another car. I thought initially when I first watched it, I thought, Zoe's rolling and clipped him. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't. So, yeah, they were two pretty violent midget crashes. I haven't seen one that violent for a long time.
And I was surprised they pulled that car apart, and then put it back together for the A main final.
Yeah, they did
or
too.
Or the 50 lapper. It's not even an A main, it's a 50 lapper.
Yeah, they got that all.
And then she ended up having a DNF anyway.
That's a shitload of work, eh?
Yeah. Well, it would have been steering, columns,
so much shit bent on
fucking
that
steering
car.
boxes, everything.
Yeah.
Rear diffs, the whole lot.
And her not to be too rattled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I do watch a bit of speedway, and I haven't seen a midget crash that violent for a long time.
It sort of just hooked. Once it grabbed the ground, it just like it sped itself up, spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was speaking to one of the customers we work for. He's pretty historic in the sprint cars, and I was speaking to him about the weekend, and he said that chick that raced, she stacked it, and I said, did they get her back out so she didn't sort of have that in the back of her brain? He's like, no, man, she was fucking pumping, trying to get that thing on the track.
Yeah.
She was ready to go again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She got out of the car.
Her. Yeah, it would have been a big stack, but obviously didn't scare her that much.
She got out of the car,
That's
ran
awesome.
down there to the infield to see her dad to make sure he was okay.
Oh,
and then ran back up to the car to check it all out and see what needed fixing and whatever else.
Yeah, it was massive.
No.
But then it's not much of a turnaround. Like, what did they have after that? They had the fender benders.
Yeah, they had
and another sprint car, 2 sprint car heats and the fender benders.
Yeah. Then they did the track prep as well.
Oh, that's right, they did too. Yeah,
the final,
yeah. So they had probably say an hour.
Yeah, maybe
if they were lucky.
Yeah,
which is fucking fair effort to basically rebuild a car. And and they in the final for them,
Caden Brown ended up winning the final. He's the current Australian champion, I believe.
Yeah, he had the number 1 on the car.
Yeah.
Michael St Mary's boy.
But it was...
I picked that.
No, you're in the wrong one, Hayden.
Nah.
Sprint cars, mean?
Still the midgets.
You wanted to talk about that?
We only talked about the heat.
Yeah. Yeah, that car was quick.
It was quick all night, and then I didn't even think about it. Starting in 17th, which is weird. So he must have had stuff up in one of the early heats we didn't notice.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works. I think they do like some reverse grid stuff, and I'm not too sure how all the heats and all that stuff work. I feel like it's different every time I go there, so I don't try to get invested and work out what's what.
Yeah.
I just watch the final and see who wins.
Because he was just fucking blistering fast.
Yeah, I
picked
picked
2 laps up on everyone.
I think Heat 1, when I seen that, I turned to you and I said, that car's quick.
Yeah.
And then
when we were betting on it, we didn't even think about it.
Yeah, we just sort of chucked in our $5, me, the missus, and Joel, and I can't even remember who I took. I had Jay.
You had 11.
I had Jay with the N11, and because he looked kind of quick through the night too. I think I'm not sure if he won the championship for the year, like the local Sydney one for the year. But he was leading it at the start of the night. So that's sort of why I picked him. And then my missus goes, "Oh, I don't know what to take. I'll just take number 1." Oh yeah, of course you do.
Yeah. And then you come around and we're like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, fucking damn it. Why didn't I pick that one? Yeah, so she won our money in that. And then the sprint cars come out for their aim, and we decided to have another $5 bet on that one.
Yeah. And you got that one.
I was going to say who won that one.
Yeah. So I stuck a betting.
Did you want to talk about the A main, or do you want to talk about one of the earlier races?
No, I'll talk about that.
The A main as well.
Yeah, I picked Ian Madsen only because I sort of I don't know him, but I know him better than all the other drivers. Friend of mine's, I don't know whether they're engaged, married, whatever the go is. That's the only way I know him. He wouldn't know who I am, but I know who he is. And Sam Walsh ended up coming second. He has a little bit of a boat racing connection.
Yeah, his grandfather, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bob Walsh.
Yep.
Had one of the old illicit boats, called Why Not. Yeah,
someone's old race boat. I can't think of their name. Yeah, no, it must be nobody. No, anyway, whatever. Yeah, no, so
I
good connection.
The missus picked Sam Walsh in that final.
Yeah, I had Michael Stewart.
Yeah, so we ended up first, second, third. So our picking was pretty good.
Yeah,
on that one. Just you had the wrong order, Joe.
Yeah. Well, I was in front for a while and he just sort of fell away.
Yeah. You seen when Madsen threaded the needle through those couple of cars to get the lead?
That was fucking bullshit close.
That was fucking
That
nice.
comes down to racing in America.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
Threaded that needle like it was nothing.
Yeah. It was so
and
close.
It was tight. It was car length. That was it.
You swear they were touching, eh?
Yeah. You could see it coming. You're like, oh, he's hitting him.
Yeah.
And he just went, rup. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Like driving through traffic.
Yeah.
There was not even 50 mil in between each car.
Yeah, it
just went in and out, high line, back into the low. And it went, ripped around the corner. I was like, fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And I think Stewart only ended up third because the race ended up getting declared because the car went into the fence and he was running third. I think it was Luke Thomas maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
He ended up in the fence and
real bad. Fuck, that was a stop and a half.
Yeah, it stopped pretty quick.
I'm sure everyone would have seen the footage by now.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, ripped the fence open, so they had to sort of declare the meeting. That was it.
Yeah, would have pulled probably 2 meters of fence out.
Yeah. The only thing they did after that was
the demo derby,
demolition derby, that was pretty funny.
Well, we had a bet. Oh no, we didn't bet on that one. We were going to, but we didn't.
Yeah, there were some good hits in that one.
Yeah,
Joel's car. We still picked the car anyway. We just didn't throw our $5 on it. And the car that Joel picked, he's rolled it less than 30 seconds into it.
The Jeep Wrangler.
Oh shit!
I don't even think he hit another car.
I think someone
he
knocked
just
him.
reversed out from the fence and then just rolled it.
Yeah. But how's the Mazda 2 from the other side of the track reversing flat out all the way and just T-boned another one?
There was a guy like up our end and he's I don't know what happened. It wouldn't start or something and he's rolled away from the fence and he couldn't get it to go or move. And this little Mazda 2's fucking lined him up from the other end of the thing. And just started reversing. Full biscuit and reverse. And then just went bang. Like so loud, like right in front of us.
Hit hard.
Old mate would have been fucking concussed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too many good crashes in that because once they're all sort of driving around, they're all running in reverse, so they're not very fast in that. But the fender benders.
Were good.
We've seen the aim of them. And man, they're so cool because they take each other out and shit. But they're racing. They're not like just driving willy nilly around an area. They're racing around the track and just trying to, nose to tail and just spin them out. And there were so many flipped and rolled cars.
What was it? The American Taxi.
Yeah,
which was an old station wagon, like the old boxy station wagon.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of car it was.
It looked like a VN Commodore.
Yeah, like an old, But he was solid and he could drive. Like he was just nicely tapping him. just right in the right spot and coming into the corner and just spin them. They just go boop, 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 tumble down the road.
They were barrel rolling. Some of the flips were like end over end too.
Yeah. The last stack, I don't even know how he did it, but as he's tipped it into the corner, it's obviously bitten in on the front edge and then just cartwheeled over himself.
Yeah, that's right. Because that was when they were
6 foot of dirt out of the
they were
track.
redoing the track, and there's a big hole right in front of us where the car had like just dug a chunk out of the ground. But it's pretty cool because the kids loved them because they're all painted up like superheroes and shit like that. Yeah, Iron Man and Batman and Superman and
Captain America. That was the first one out, and Toby was like, "Oh, that was my car."
No, Lightning McQueen was the one that he wanted.
No, he had.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the first one was
might have been Lyra that wanted.
Lyra had the Lightning McQueen, I think. Yeah, but he had Captain America, and then he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
First one upside down and pushed into the middle.
So I would have normally said that Demolition Derby would have been the fender benders. So what's the difference?
So
not much in the car.
No, they're sort of the same shitbox.
But they don't. They just tap each other in the sides.
They race around the track.
They can't.
I reckon,
do 2 rounds. They can't do 2 races, so they've got to have 2 different classes.
Well, I don't think the idea is to wreck the cars.
No,
the
I
idea
reckon
is just to you can spin each. You're allowed to spin each other out, so you can win the race.
I reckon they're built different in the front too.
Yeah, they probably
got a bit of bracing around the engine, so it doesn't crumple you.
Yeah, the Demolition Derby guys, they're just in reverse the whole time.
Yeah,
the Demo Derby, they were in reverse.
Yeah, so they're not allowed any braced in the front.
Yep.
So it's
you got to try and
crumple zone.
Slam the arse of your car into the front of someone else's to smash their radiator.
So Demo Derby is just wreck everyone else's car.
Yeah, just ram into shit.
You got to be last one.
You've got to race.
Yeah, it was actually racing.
Yeah.
Which I think they got called in the end too after that last accident.
Yeah, it did. Like, I think
they had oil or coolant all over the track.
Yeah, there was one that was pumping some coolant out because we could smell it. You could smell overheating from an engine.
You're driving around flat out like he's going to stop soon. But he didn't.
No, he didn't stop. I think he won, didn't he? Did he win?
Oh, I think he actually might have.
Yeah, I think he did win.
Yeah. Once they called it in the end, there were only a couple of laps left. But
yeah.
But yeah, no, that was pretty good.
The new Speedway's pretty. Have you been to the new Speedway?
No, I was just about to ask what do you think of that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Good. That was packed.
Yeah, well, it was packed.
Yeah,
it was loaded.
Full.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's the second time I've been there, and the first time it wasn't that packed, but this time, she was packed. But it's pretty good too because they got the pit area. You would have went to Parramatta, yeah?
Yes.
The pit area is all dirt in Parramatta.
Oh, it's all
tarred
sealed, is it?
at the new one. Yeah, and they got
all lanes and
they got sheds there too that you can rent and hire, and you can leave your car in it permanently if you want to pay for the rent and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Easy to get to too. Nice big car parks and shit. Competitors got a big drive way over the top of it to go down the back. Yeah. Grandstands everywhere. No hill like.
Yeah, there's no grass hill anymore. No. Yeah.
Oh, there's a bit of grass, but it's like retaining wall, tiered sort of thing, which is over the other side. But yeah,
so it's sort of like the back side of the dragway.
It's in the braking lane of the dragway. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying like the tiered.
Yeah, it's closer to the
that side
of the drag strip. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they got a playground there for kids too. So if your kids get a bit bored and they're not really into it, you can just send them up, just lock them in the thing, and
it's all fenced off.
Away they go.
Can you do boxes there?
Yep. Not even that expensive, really. Either I think it was only $100.
We did get invited to a box. We seen someone we knew there, and he come down and said, "Oh,
I think it was just before the A main."
Yeah, it was just before the A main of the sprint cars. So we're like, "Oh, fuck that! We're not packing up to go up there now. We're already dirty and whatever else." But yeah, that would have been all right to go up and sit up there and
I think that'd be a good way of watching it. Like go to a good, even a quiet night. Get the box, have feed, have a few beers.
I don't mind getting the
girls.
dirt.
No, I don't mind sitting on the fence there. It's pretty good.
No,
I like getting the dirt thrown at me.
You go there with your partners, put the kids and partners up in the room, and you go down and sit right near the fence. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's definitely good fun, especially good. That's the first time I've seen the sprint cars.
Yeah, I can't believe Joel's fucking nearly 40 and hasn't seen sprint cars.
Yeah. I never went to Parramatta.
Yeah, Parramatta was a good old school track.
Yeah. He'd never even been there.
Never been there.
Yeah.
I drove a friend on there, but
yeah, you were one of the people that wrecked it.
Yep.
Yeah, look, it is what it is. Parramatta wasn't going to stay there forever. Like it's in the middle.
That's too good of a prime spot.
Yeah, that's right. It's too close to everything. But I am disappointed they didn't do some sort of train line for the Metro. I reckon that would have been sick to get the Metro out to Sydney Motorsport Park.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Like obviously, like you look at the Metro system and it's not going to fit. Like you can't.
You wouldn't get
You can't just do a big twist.
It's too industrial out
like
there.
you look at but look at all the people that go there. Like
Yeah, but it's not
industrial.
often
I'm saying
enough. Yeah.
industrial. Like there's so many workshops out there.
Well, I
now.
suppose.
Yeah, if you don't need to carry tools and shit, you can get to work on that.
Yeah. And then
People will probably do it.
Yeah, you put a station in the middle of Sydney Motorsport Park. That's the New South Wales government's motorsport area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that you'd?
But I don't think there's a train line even close.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so it's a bit hard that way to divert the whole.
No, I think
rail
the closest
system.
would be Wetherall Park. Would it?
No idea.
Is there a train station in Wetherall Park or Smithfield or something like that?
Smithfield,
Like
I think there is.
there's bugger all.
Probably don't have to go
the
that
public
far.
transport that's out there is like a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
you're
was
better off driving, and they
When I was
Yes, it
working at
is.
Eastern Creek and didn't have a license, so I had to get a train to Blacktown and then a bus from Blacktown out. Well, actually, that wasn't Eastern Creek. That was Prospect at that point. But it's
Same.
that's not far.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that was pretty good. Pretty good night. Anyway, we'll go to Adelaide. Adelaide coming up with their Dawn and the Marge Watson
Yeah.
having a run in 2 weeks,
So
Yep.
is Reese
or next weekend. The one after this comes out, it will be.
is planning on going down?
Reese is going down with the S3000. He's pretty sure he's testing at Dargle this weekend.
Okay. Douglas got a
with
an event, don't they?
the retro.
Yeah, they got
That cool?
a VMX Vintage Motocross Expo. I think there's
motorbikes are down there.
yeah, I
it
think
was
they're putting
postponed from
earlier in the year.
February.
Yeah, I think it was February. Yeah, so they got a little motocross track out there and all that, and the
Little-
Vintage
pretty
Powerboat
big,
Club.
Pretty big get up out there, isn't it?
Yeah, they're making another one on the riverside
Okay.
of the road, just for the weekend, I think. And yeah, the Vintage Powerboat Clubs sort of joined forces with them and having a little show and shine, a little on water club day sort of
They're
thing.
doing a bit of a club day, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of our sponsors, Todd Nolan's trying to get his boat. He's got himself a gambler. He's trying to get out there.
might have to go out and give him a hand.
Yeah, it'll be good to see him jumping back in a race boat. His last one was like a 25, 550 sort of thing.
Yeah,
And I was talking to him today. He got his butt in the boat this afternoon down at Windsor. And he said the thing's not as fast as the 550, but shit, it sounds good.
Yeah, they're always good.
Yeah,
he was saying he's got the wrong gears and wrong propeller and stuff.
well, that's all set up.
Yeah, he'll work something
get
out.
better.
He's only just got it going, so
I saw a photo of him, and like he sent me a photo when he was driving it, and he was bloody smile from ear to ear. So it's bloody good to see.
yeah.
He's got a couple of boats, but they're sort of close to being ready to go. And he found this one. It was a pretty good deal, I think it was, and jumped into that. And within a week, he's taken it down.
Yep.
Hopefully, he goes down and has a ball.
Yeah, we'll report back next week.
Yeah.
So, what tunnel boats are going to?
As far as I know, they only go down to run the Dawn because they're not allowed in the Marge. It would be Reese. I think Banksy's going down.
Simon
Troy's going down. Jared Smith
He's local, yeah.
will have his. I don't know if his new boat will be ready, but I'd assume it would be. I've seen it all painted up and whatnot, so I'd say it would be ready. That'll be about all that I know for like the S3000s, like the Unlimiteds. We've running on their methanol.
Yeah, a couple of good boats, though.
It'll be a good race, especially with. I'm pretty sure Mortal will be back down there. I think I seen today. Needry's trying to get his boat there too.
Oh,
yeah,
very good.
I did see that.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. I think I was talking to him at it would have been Yarrawonga, and he was saying that he just didn't have the time to get to Yarrawonga because he had all the other boats to get going. But
He's got customers.
So I don't know if
hey,
the Ramsey
business
boys
gotta
are
come
don't know
first,
if they're going either.
yeah, no, I heard that
They're
fiberglass
going?
is all done on that.
Yep.
Don't know if Brett's engine or if Tate's engine's going, but look, Tate's engine was still going at Yarrawonga, So realistically, there's nothing stopping them from just leaving that, fixing the boat, and taking it over.
I'd say they would. Yeah. Yeah, that should be a good meeting. And
I think Immortal will be hard to get around. That thing's really going well at the moment. Adelaide, he's always driven well at Adelaide.
We'll have to wait until we get an entry list because I wouldn't mind seeing if Turn It Up's going to go as well.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from them.
No, I haven't seen nothing posted for a while, actually. It's all a partner was at the repairers within that week, so...
Yeah, they don't muck around either, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait till we see an entry list and we might give you...
Post it up for...
our top 3
next week. Yeah. We had a thing put in the HSG pit stop group from Jason Heaney.
Thank you very much, Jason, for putting some stuff up there.
Yeah, a bit of content in there.
Jason gets into the group. He's put a couple of posts in there.
Yeah, he's loving it. It's the Australian Moto Championship in Japan.
The Australian Supermoto.
Oh, Supermoto,
champion.
sorry.
He's racing in Japan. Yeah, he's won the Australian.
He won the American Series 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So he's won the American one, won the Australian one. Yeah.
And this is his next challenge. Yeah, righto.
Yeah,
so it's one of Jason's mates.
He's heading over to give him a hand. Oh, he's over there now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's over there competing now. He did we were going to get him on. It was only going to be a little short phone call thing before he went to Japan, but it just sort of didn't really work out. We were all sort of a bit busy, and he was prepping shit to send it all to Japan, so it didn't really work out. But maybe when he comes back after he's hopefully won a bit of a rundown. Japan, yeah. He finished third. I think he was on the podium in the race on the weekend.
Yeah, right.
So,
that's doing well then.
Yeah.
Aussie on the world stage again. That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good to see, and good to see people close.
Yeah.
Getting some good stuff.
Shit, yeah.
Oh, well, swing into the meme of the week.
Do we have any questions?
No, I haven't got any questions this week. So sort your fucking shit out, guys. And
last week was mad. This week was quiet.
Yeah.
Send us some questions.
Send anything.
We like your questions.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Ask
to be
the question.
Talk to us about aliens or something.
Yeah. Why is the pyramids point north?
I like aliens. Joel doesn't like aliens. Joel thinks they're not real.
No, they're definitely real. There's got to be something out there.
I actually, on the alien front, I did hear something during the week that they're some, I don't know what fucking thing they are, but like someone that looks into the sky. What do you call those fuckers?
Satellite.
No, like a person. Whatever.
Astronomer.
Anyway, astronomer. That's the one. Yeah, they've been looking into space at other galaxies and whatever, and they found this other little rock that's in the happy zone from its sun, and apparently they've been hearing some sounds from that planet, but it's the sounds are like I don't know. I think they said it was like gases or something releasing, but apparently those type of gases and the sound that those gases make only come from plankton.
Yeah, right.
So they're hearing plankton on this fucking planet that's fucking 4 gazillion miles away. This is what I heard. Yeah. And yeah, so we'll never ever get to that or see that because it's probably
trillion light years away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuck can't get there. We can hear it.
Oh yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Fucking microphones aren't that good.
It's because they're on their way here to fucking take over. They've used all their shit. There's only plankton left.
Oh man, it's a bloody big universe. It's I'd be very surprised if there wasn't.
There's got to be something out there.
Oh, if there's not, fucking hell, what a waste of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Do something with it.
Oh, if Men in Black taught us anything, they are around us anyway.
Yeah,
there's aliens everywhere.
I've always thought that. Have you seen some animals like that just crawl around on the ground? Like, fuck, they're weird looking.
Go deep sea.
Oh yeah,
bad, eh?
But just think of something like we think it's normal because we've seen it since we were a kid. But just think of like a worm. How weird is a fucking worm?
Yeah,
it doesn't slither like a snake or anything. It just like constantines itself up and then spreads itself out again. It's like.
Yeah.
And it's got no eyes, it's got no fucking face, it's got no, like that's an alien, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has to be something weird.
There's all kinds of shit that you'd swear could be aliens.
Anyways, get into meme of the week. What do you got, Michael?
Meme of the week. All right, I actually saved one this week, but I didn't actually listen to it. The only reason I saved it is because it started with Little Johnny. So here we go. I'll play it.
Walked into class with a black eye. The teacher was concerned and asked, "What's wrong?" Johnny said, "Our house is very small. Last night, me, my mom, and my dad, we all slept on the same bed. My dad asked me, 'Johnny, are you sleeping?' When I said no, he slapped my face and I got a black eye. The teacher advised, 'Next time, when your dad asks if you're sleeping, stay dead quiet and don't answer.' The following morning, Johnny returned with 2 black eyes. The teacher, now very worried, asked, 'Oh my, why do you now have 2 black eyes?' Johnny replied, 'I thought I told you.' Dad asked me again, 'Johnny, are you sleeping?' I kept dead still and didn't say anything. Then my dad and Mom started moving at the same time. You know, Mom was breathing hard, kicking her legs up in the air and squealing like a hyena on the bed. Then my dad asked my mom, 'Are you coming?' Mom said, 'Yes, I'm coming. Are you coming too?' Dad answered, 'Yes. They don't usually go anywhere without me,' so I said, 'Wait for me, I'm coming too.'"
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Oh, that is fucking gold.
Yeah, well, don't get left behind, Johnny.
All right. I got mine here.
Not a single person asked me if I could run fast in my new shoes today. Being an adult is stupid.
It took me a while to get that one.
Yeah, it took me longer than it should have too.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
So I had a crack of mine, and I've stuffed up sending it to myself. So I've found another one. It's not as good, but it's all right.
What are you doing?
My baby don't do dishes on Mother's Day.
Oh,
You can do it tomorrow.
Oh, that is good.
I did see one similar to that, and the husband said, "You know, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. You won't have to do any dishes or anything because you're going to get them done today, aren't you?"
Good way of getting it whacked. Yeah, no, better Mother's Day.
Good, a bit of banter, that one.
Banter, yeah.
All right, that'll do us for tonight, I reckon. Or today, whenever you want to listen to it. Don't forget to go and look for us on the socials, or Facebook. That's getting around that. Facebook's
starting
fucking
to get good.
steaming ahead.
It is growing.
We might do plan a bit of a giveaway, and we'll work out a numerical number, and
Yeah.
when we can get to that, we'll do a little giveaway of we'll do something for you anyway.
It shows a big benefit of the stickers that we've been pumping out and the bloody
Yeah.
videos we can get out and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I've been pumping them stickers anywhere. Do you realise that there's now an auto aisle in Bunnings?
No, I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, there's an auto aisle. So
I went and had a look today.
I was there on whenever it was earlier in the week, and I was just walking past, and I was like, "Fucking hell, that's engine oil there on the end of an aisle." So I just walked down it. There's a whole section, shitloads of engine oil, all your car care shit, your WD-40s, all that stuff, batteries.
They got many filters there.
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there was filters. I don't think there was filters.
Without filters.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So anyway, I just happened to have a high-speed garage fucking sticker in my pocket, so I whacked it right on the shelf, right in the middle of the oils.
That's where all our new subscribers have come from.
I went and checked today, and it's still there.
Yeah, I sent it this afternoon.
Yep,
Yeah.
very happy with that.
So yeah, if you can find one, take a photo with it.
Yeah, there might be a prize in it for you doing that too. If you see a
Yeah.
sticker and take a photo. And Brianna Quinn doesn't win the first prize. She cheated. She didn't really cheat, but she can't win.
We're putting
Nah.
that down. Noting that.
She never posted it, so
Yeah, she only sent it to us.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. So get on all the socials, the HSG pit stop, and send us your questions in about whatever you want to send, and we'll see you next week. Actually, and don't forget to listen. Actually, you would already listened.
No, well,
But I hope
if they only listen on a Friday, they would have missed it, so you got to go back.
Oh, I did a post about it.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I hope you liked the Rolf Wilson episode from Lucas Oil's New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Catch us later.
Thank you.
See you later.